Piccolo has finally escaped, and right away, he's in a battle against Frieza. Vegeta and Tien watch on hopelessly. What are they supposed to do here? We'll be seeing all that and more in this 5th part of What If Goku Was Piccolo's Vessel. Piccolo walks over to Frieza, who hits him with a few death beams, but he simply brushes them off. They don't even damage him. Even if they did, he could just regenerate from that. He has a feeling that his regeneration has grown stronger as well, although he assumes he doesn't need to use it in this battle anyways. Frieza will be a great warm-up for him. It's been so long since he last got to fight. It was only against Raditz, and even there, he didn't really have full control. Here, he has complete control. And he asks Frieza, before he kills him, is that all the power he has? This makes Frieza furious, and he launches a flurry of ki blasts at Piccolo, but they don't do much. At first, Frieza thought he was mocking him, but really, Piccolo's serious. He wants to see Frieza's full power. He'll even wait for him to power up if he needs to. So Frieza starts charging up energy, going into his 100%. And while he's getting ready, Vegeta and Tien are trying to decide what to do. Obviously, they're not even really on the same side either. Vegeta can't even really tell what's going on. He assumed Kakarot became a Super Saiyan. That golden-haired form that he briefly had, that must have been Super Saiyan. But then King Kai starts directly speaking to both of them. He's absolutely terrified because he thinks exactly what Vegeta's thinking. He's not exactly sure of what happened, but somehow that form must have freed Piccolo. Maybe there's some sort of innate evil within it. This is actually in the series, by the way. Goku has told Krillin before that he can't use the Spirit Bomb while in Super Saiyan because of this. King Kai tells Tien he needs to stop this immediately. He only really has one option here and knows what to do, but he can't be hasty because he knows Piccolo's gonna expect it. He can perform a Mafuba, and he brought a container without Goku knowing because of this. Obviously, if Goku knew, then Piccolo would know. Frieza's fully powered up and starts fighting with Piccolo. But he can't seem to do anything. This makes no sense. His power is 120 million. He should be way above this Saiyan. Out of curiosity, Vegeta goes to one of the soldiers nearby and grabs their scouters. I didn't mention this before, but those soldiers that came with Frieza, they're probably dead by now. I think Vegeta would have fought them or something. Anyways, he grabs one of the scouters, because even though he could sense ki, he can't do it too well and wants to quantify the strength here. He turns completely pale. Piccolo's power is around 250 million, and it's seemingly rising. As Goku was before, even with Kaioken, he can't really contend with the final form Frieza. That is, unless he went all out with Kaioken, which would have been risky. Using Kaioken at its max would have actually really helped. But he wasn't entirely sure and also knew the risk of Piccolo escaping, especially with how worn out he already was. He didn't get a massive boost in power after the Saiyan saga, and never got one from the Ginyu Force either, but Guru did slightly unlock his potential, and on top of that he had Super Saiyan. And now on top of that, he has Piccolo's boost in power, the same one that happened when he took over against Raditz. Plus, Piccolo was sure to heal the body he was in. Goku definitely faced some severe physical trauma, so this gives a nice boost on top of that too. And Piccolo feels completely euphoric. He's free and so much stronger than he ever could have imagined. He's enjoying his battle with Frieza a little too much. Really, he should just leave right now and find a way to separate himself from Goku. But he's too caught up in the moment, although thankfully the fight doesn't last too long. He gigantifies one of his hands, grabbing Frieza and crushing him in it. He lifts Frieza up into the air, breaking all of his bones and then letting him fall from the sky. And as he falls down, he opens his mouth, launching a mouth blast. Frieza's somehow still intact after that. He completely destroys Frieza, but then after the fact he realizes maybe it would have been better to take over Frieza's body. But he doesn't care about that. He has complete control over Goku right now and all he needs to do is escape. He'd rather do that and use his own body. Sure, being a vessel can give him some great power, but he won't really be him. He only considered swapping bodies as a last resort, if he somehow couldn't escape, since he doesn't know if that'll lock him away again. Everyone's still a little bit confused on how all of this works, especially Piccolo. There's too many hypotheticals involved. But now he has the chance to escape, so he's going to try that. Maybe his bloodlust got the best of him there though. So if he can't actually escape, next time he fights a strong opponent, he is 100% stealing their body. It's at least better to confirm first. Piccolo then takes Goku's capsule, throwing it down and making Bulma's ship again. He's going back to Earth, and tells Tien good luck. But as he turns to Tien's direction, he sees him performing a Mafuba. And he lets it happen. Because the second it hits him, he's able to counter it, directing it at Vegeta instead, sealing him away in the container. What, after all that time did he think the Mafuba would work again on him? He's kind of funny, so he'll be gracious here. He'll leave Tien alive, and he'll leave Frieza's ship intact as well. Not like Tien will be able to figure out how to fly it. He mockingly tells Tien he'll see him back on Earth, if he makes it there in time. Boarding Bulma's ship and returning, Tien opens the container freeing Vegeta, who is understandably furious. Also a bit confused, but Tien explains what happened. So they can't even seal Piccolo anymore. Thankfully, Vegeta actually does know how to fly Frieza's ship. He's worked with similar ones before. And Tien asks if he could bring them back to Namek. They have Dragon Balls there, and by using them, maybe they could figure out something here. But Tien has a tough choice. He can use a wish to beat Piccolo back to Earth, or stop him some other way. But also, he might be able to use a wish to bring Krillin back. He doesn't realize that Namek's Dragon Balls give him 3 wishes, so he has to think on this on the way there. Thankfully, he was the one to carry the Senzu Beans, so he and Vegeta fully heal. They're halfway between Namek and Earth right now, so Piccolo should get there before them, but Vegeta says this is one of the best ships Frieza has. Hypothetically, they should get to Namek before Piccolo gets to Earth. Not by long, though. Eventually, they do make it back to Namek. And Tien profusely apologizes for asking for their help again. But the Namekians are actually inclined to help. With the threat of King Piccolo, especially with him being Namekian, who knows if he's going to come here and use their power somehow. It's probably best for them to help out here. Of course, they would want to stop an evil Namekian. It reflects pretty badly on them, and it could come back to bite them as well. They go to Guru again, and Guru is glad to help. First, he offers to unlock Tien's potential. He even offers the same for Vegeta, but Vegeta declines. It's useless. Tien doesn't like the idea of being handed power either, but he's going to do anything he can to stop Piccolo here. More importantly, they start gathering Dragon Balls, and Tien actually learns that Porunga has 3 wishes, which is great because he doesn't need to decide. He could bring back Krillin, try and use a wish to affect Goku, and then use another wish to bring them all back to Earth. Even though Krillin will be brought back on that other planet, he could phrase it in a way that brings them all back. So they get the Dragon Balls, and they summon Porunga, and Tien thought pretty carefully about this. First, revive Krillin. Second, he asked Porunga to empower Goku's pure heart. Porunga can't affect people that are stronger than him if they're not willing, so he can't do a wish that affects Piccolo, but he can do a wish that affects Goku. Goku's suppressed right now, but still alive. Essentially what Porunga does here is what Guru was trying to do with Goku, and the wish is granted. He's helped boost Goku a bit. Porunga says there's only so much he could do, but he hopes it'll help them. As for the last wish, he asked if Porunga could teleport all of Goku's allies back to Earth, specifically to Capsule Corp. A simple wish, and he grants it. As they start getting teleported, Tien waves goodbye to all of them, thanking them once more for their help. And they hope he's victorious here. Thankfully, the wish does include Vegeta too. He's considered an ally at this point. Tien honestly wasn't sure if that would work, which kind of pisses Vegeta off. What, was he going to leave him stranded there on Namek? Well, he was thinking if Vegeta was stranded there, he could just take the ship back. Vegeta really doesn't like this guy right now. And it also does work on Krillin too, with Tien and Krillin reuniting, because he's really happy he was able to bring Krillin back. He hasn't been gone for long, but still. But now they wonder if that other wish helped. Piccolo hasn't gone to Earth yet. He's a few hours away though. They don't know what to expect when he gets here. Will Piccolo step off the ship, or will Goku? Piccolo's close to Earth. Of course, he's pretty happy about it too. He thinks he's finally won here. But weirdly enough, he feels something change within him. That same heart purity from before. It was suppressed. Within that same internal world where Piccolo encountered Goku before, it happens again. Piccolo's unconscious, and he's facing down Goku. Goku's not really too sure what happened. He felt like he lost complete control. But now the two of them have equal control. And he's glad. It looks like Tien figured something out. Piccolo could see that Goku's in that Super Saiyan form, and Goku's a bit confused by it too because he didn't even feel like transforming into it. Weirdly enough, in here it feels a lot different. Like, he has no evil intentions within him. He still doesn't know what happened to him, but his Super Saiyan form did change a bit. Porunga's wish did help him, but how? He doesn't know just yet. Looks like they have to fight for control. Whoever wins gets to take over the vessel again. Obviously for Goku, this isn't a vessel for him. That's his body, and he's gonna get back. Piccolo then transforms himself, turning into Goku Daimao once more. He feels weaker in here though. It must be because of Goku's power being separated from him. This is like image training with himself, but more real. This is fun. It's like their spirits are actually dueling. It's so weird for Goku too. This form is what caused Piccolo to take over, but now, he could tell it's different. Like, it's been cleansed in a way. This form that supposedly had some innate evil within it. This legend amongst Saiyans. He'll use that to defeat Piccolo. Not embolden him. As they fight here, Goku is just Goku. He can't use any of Piccolo's powers, just his regular abilities. Piccolo only physically looks like Goku Daimao, but he doesn't have Goku's power boost. But his unique abilities really help, like his magic and regeneration. And this isn't just a physical battle, it's a spiritual one, a mental one as well. Piccolo is confident at first, but Goku really gets the upper hand. And this battle rages on for the rest of the flight towards Earth. Soon, the ship does arrive on Earth. Tien's ready to do another Mafuba. Even if Piccolo can't counter it, everyone else is here ready to fight Goku in case he is still Piccolo. But as the door for the ship opens, Goku steps off, looking normal. He looks just fine. Well, his clothes are torn to pieces, but he doesn't even have the weird markings on his face. And he's pretty happy to see everyone here, especially Krillin, thanking them for their help. He won against Piccolo, but Piccolo is still in there, just suppressed once more. But he really wants to figure out what happened to him, and how to utilize that Super Saiyan form. Some time passes. There is no time traveler, and of course over this time period everyone is training. The reason is, they're training to actually beat Goku, in case Piccolo ever takes over again. Tien is really serious about this, and Vegeta obviously is too. And after seeing Piccolo's full power, yeah, he doesn't really want to free him again, but he does want to fight Kakarot, so he'll need to better himself regardless. Krillin wants to improve himself too. He needs to save his best friend if the time ever comes. At some point Goku's affected by the heart virus, but he barely feels it. Like, he never even notices it happens. His heart deteriorates from it, but then regenerates due to his innate power. Instinctively, the diseased portions of his body get healed over. He feels some weird internal aching and thinks it's just some sort of regular physical thing, unknowingly curing himself from a virus. And not too long after this, the androids attack a city. With no time traveler, we're technically in that original timeline where Trunks is from. So the androids are weaker and more evil. They're actually going around destroying the city and killing people. Obviously they've been looking for Goku. So it's good that he's here. That makes their job a lot easier. Unfortunately for Jiro, there's some data he's been missing. First, Vegeta shows off his own new form, Super Saiyan. Tien and Krillin then power up into Kaioken. And as for Goku, well, he turns Super Saiyan. Every time he does this it concerns him, but by now he thinks he has control. He realized what Porunga did to him. Porunga's wish from Tien was to empower Goku, boost his pure heart once more, and he found the perfect way to do that. Piccolo was freed by Goku going Super Saiyan, so he just needed to cleanse the Super Saiyan form. And that's why Piccolo lost control. He was controlling a body that didn't have an ounce of evil within it. So technically, Goku has his own new form of Super Saiyan, a calmer version of it. This is pure Super Saiyan. Physically, it doesn't look different at all, but this form is completely Goku's. He hasn't mastered it yet with grade 4, but this is a pure good form. Porunga took this form and made it Goku's own. That way he regained control and he could actually use this power. That was a nice side effect from it. Unfortunately, this means he gives up Kaioken. It is weaker, it tears apart his body, and it has the potential to free Piccolo. This form is stronger, and while not perfect yet, it's safe to use. Plus, he's even been training Gohan a bit too. Not a ton because he still has to study, but he wants to see if Gohan can use Super Saiyan. At the very least, he knows Vegeta can. He did help with that. They begin fighting the androids. Goku is a lot more careful in the scenario than he is normally. Usually, he'd like to fight alone, but he fights as a team here because he knows fighting alone is a risk. It could stress his body more and lead him to dying sooner, which would let Piccolo take over. As much as he would love to fight alone, he doesn't here because of that. Vegeta, on the other hand, does want to fight alone, but nobody lets him. And they don't decide to kill the androids right away. I feel like Goku would at least give them a chance to give up. But again, these are the original androids. They're far more cruel than the regular ones that we know. They don't give up here. They just want to kill Goku, and have fun by killing others. Krillin has a good strategy here, and Goku actually follows it because he wants to be careful. Together, they all jump one android, attacking Android 17 in unison. Vegeta doesn't go for this. He instead fights 18 alone. With a combined power of pure Super Saiyan Goku, and Tien and Krillin using Kaioken, they defeat Android 17. Just barely. They overpower him, and it's also thanks to their great teamwork together. And Vegeta fighting 18 actually does kind of help here. He can't really do much against her alone, but still. This prevents her from joining in the battle with Android 17. So, then she's defeated. Things go a lot more smoothly here. It seems Jiro didn't have the data on Piccolo, or on Super Saiyan. Just like usual, he stopped spying at the absolute worst time, especially because they kept training after the fact. But remember, Piccolo isn't gone. He's suppressed, but he's still there. He probably should have hopped bodies when he had the chance. But now he knows. Next time he gets freed, he's gonna steal someone else's body. Goku can suppress him way too well. And especially now he's going to be careful. So Piccolo makes a promise with himself. The next time he gains control, even if it feels like it's permanent, he's taking over someone else. And he has a few options in mind. With that, we'll leave off here for now. What do you guys think about this part, and what's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps out the channel and shows me you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.